So even though the markets are closed tomorrow, guys, here we are. We're still making this video tonight because we have a lot to break down from the crypto market. As you guys know, crypto's been crashing. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, all the freaking coins for the most part, they've been crashing. So we have to do an update on that later in this video. And of course, we're a stock market channel, so we got to break down stocks, many of which are reporting earnings this week. And I want to break down just in general what I'm seeing on the charts here for the overall markets, the S&P, the NASDAQ. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, get your free stocks from Moomoo and Webull. You get 10 stocks from Moomoo, each up to $2,500 with a $100 deposit, and you get 6 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. Those are linked down below, the free stocks. And with that being said, cheers, guys. Let's get into the video. So it's currently 11:20 a.m. on the East Coast. Not that that matters because it's Sunday and the markets are closed. I don't even know why I told you guys that, but that's what time I'm filming this video. And we have the overall markets in free fall mode pretty much, the past couple of days. I mean, Friday was okay. The Dow went down a little bit, the S&P went up, and we actually had the Russell and the NASDAQ do pretty well on Friday. But before that, it was a straight up free fall a couple of days in a row for the markets, as you all probably know at this point in time. If you pull up the 10-day or even the 20-day chart on SPY, you're going to see ever since the 9th of June, 10 calendar days prior to me filming this video, these markets have been on fire, and not in a good way. We had SPY go from 412 down to about 362 on Friday. So even though on Friday SPY went up 0.25%, it still took the lows out, or it hit a fresh low on this 20-day chart, and it's down, or it was down from 418, that recent high from 10 days ago, down to about 362. In just 10 days, it was down 13%. Pretty big drop. This is a very big drop for just 10 days, right, guys? And Triple Q went from 315 on the 2nd of June, just about 3 weeks ago, and it just hit 269 on Thursday. This dropped 15% pretty much throughout the course of June, from the beginning of June to where we are now. And we're barely, we are halfway done June, and we're almost 2/3 of the way done June, but we still have 10 more days to go in the month. And again, Triple Q's down 15%, SPY's down 13%. This is a freaking bloodbath, guys. And if we pull up the longer term charts here, maybe the 3-year, you guys can see Triple Q is now fighting with the 180 SMA. And I've called this out many times on the channel before. And I told you guys, look, and by the looks of it, we might break under. I told you guys, if this breaks under, we are going to be going down most likely towards the lower 200s. Now, I'm not saying 200 to 205. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying more 230, 235, 240. Let's say lower mid 200s. Let's put it that way. And that is right around the high from pre-COVID on Triple Q, right around 235, 240. So if we do crack under 270, which we did last week, we hit 269. If that continues, guys, there's going to be a push to about 240 in my opinion. Maybe not in the next week or two. In fact, I doubt it does happen in the next week or two, but over the course of maybe the summer here, maybe the next month or 2 months, hey, that's where we could be going if things really start getting ugly. And on SPY, if we pull up this 3-year chart, let's see where this could be going. SPY's right at the 180 SMA like Triple Q is. And if we take that point out, we're probably going to go down to about 340 on SPY. That was the high from pre-COVID. You guys can see that right here, implying if that does happen, we could see maybe, 4 or 5% more downside, which is easily possible. And for Triple Q, let's go back to that. I didn't actually do the math on this one. Triple Q would have to drop maybe close to 10-12% if it got down to the highs pre-COVID, which that's possible. Maybe a week or two of awful red in the markets, that's no problem. Triple Q could easily get down 10% in a week or two. We're down 15% throughout the course of June already, like I showed you guys earlier in this video. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments about these markets. I don't see things getting way better anytime soon until the technicals show me that. and they're clearly not showing me that. So let's dive into Bitcoin and Ethereum very quickly. Let's see what's going on there. Last I checked, they're making a little bit of a rally. So if you guys been watching my TikToks that I've been making, which I don't know if you guys follow me on TikTok. If you do, let me know in the comments. I'm curious as to how many of you here on YouTube watch my TikToks, and my TikTok's at StasserFest, by the way. If you're not following me there already, make sure to go do that. I've just been talking like a madman about these Bitcoin and Ethereum charts, all throughout social media. So let's pull it up here and see exactly what's going on. Give me a second. And this is Webull, by the way. Again, you could get 6 stocks from Webull, link down below, with any amount deposited. And that does help out the channel, guys. I appreciate you all. So what we're looking at right here is Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin right now is up 2.3%, it seems like, on the day. And it's hovering right around 19.3 to about 19.4 when I'm making this video. And of course, when you're watching this video, I guarantee you it's not going to be at 19.4. It's either going to be running over 20,000 or we're going to be free falling again. It's one or the other. So what I'm noticing here is, yes, we're getting a relief rally. It makes sense, right? Just yesterday, I was looking at Bitcoin. I'm sure a lot of you guys were as well. We were at 17.5 just yesterday, guys. So this thing went from 20,300 to 17.5 pretty much in the same 24-hour window, right? It happened very quickly. So that's a massive drop. We're talking $3,000. I mean, that's a 20% drop. I can't do, my mental math's probably not 100% accurate, but roughly 20% drop there, maybe more, maybe a little less. And now we're just filling that gap back to 20,000. That's how I'm seeing this, right? We got very oversold at 17.5. And look, where were we? Just a couple of days ago, literally a day or two ago, we were at 20,000, right? And we were holding that point, which, if you guys recall, a couple of years ago, back in 2017, 20,000 was that high. So we held that point, and now we're getting that flush under there, which is not good at all. Well, we got that already. Now we're just simply getting that little relief rally back to 20. And I think we could touch 20, to be honest. 20,000, maybe 19.8, right around there. And that is where I'm thinking the next wave of selling could come, right? I mean, look at this. You see it here on the Webull chart, guys, right? We held 20,000 for days on end on Bitcoin. We dropped, hit 17.5. Now we're going to fill the gap to 20. And then we could easily start dumping back down to test the lows again. And in fact, that's what I think is going to happen. I'm not a fortune teller. I could be wrong. This could be the bottom in Bitcoin. It could be. Who knows? Nobody knows. And don't let anybody tell you that they know, because they don't know. But in reality, when I'm looking at this from a macro perspective, what the Fed's doing, the economy, in my opinion, I think there's a good chance we go lower from here. So I'm not touching Bitcoin, but I am watching it, and I'm going to start covering it here on the channel. Maybe not every day, but every couple of days, we'll talk about Bitcoin, update the chart, because I don't want this to turn into a crypto channel. A lot of YouTube channels, and it's so freaking cringy. They just, chase the views, right? They're a stock market channel 1 month, and then they flip-flop. They're doing crypto for the next couple months because it's hot. It's a hot topic. And then they go back to stock market. That's not me, guys. And you can probably tell that. I've been doing, and there goes Siri again. Shut up, Siri. I'm taking my watch off here, guys. You can tell that because throughout the course of me making YouTube videos, it's been a stock market channel the past 4 years. So, I mean, I haven't been jumping lanes just to, chase the views and so forth, right? I'm trying to stick to the markets, the stock market, but let me know in the comments. Do you want me to talk more about Bitcoin? I do kind of like covering the Bitcoin chart just because it's so freaking volatile, right? And days that the markets are boring, and quite frankly, on Friday, they were pretty boring, the stock market, I like looking at Bitcoin. So let's not get off topic here, guys. Let's get back to this chart. Well, maybe not this chart. Let's go to Ethereum. Let me change it very quickly, guys. Hang in there. So Ethereum right now is pretty much in the same predicament. We hit 880 yesterday after just being at almost 1,100 a coin. So it went from 1,100 to 880. That's a massive drop. We're talking 20-30% in that ballpark. Maybe not 30%, 20-25%. And now we're just filling that gap back up to where we were a couple of days ago. or literally a day or two ago. 1150, or not 1150, 1050 to 1100. That's where we're headed on this little move that we're seeing right now. Again, Ethereum being up 4.5%. So I'm not convinced that the selling is over. There's no way in my mind I think that the selling is over. So if I pop up maybe a 3-month chart, or maybe let's pull up the 1-month chart on Ethereum. This is what it's been doing. It hits that low. It gets a little bit oversold. The panic selling kicks in, and then boom, we end up, getting that little relief rally. And I bet history is going to repeat itself, guys, and we get rejected anywhere from 1100 to 1150. And like I said with Bitcoin, I could be wrong. This might be the bottom for all we know. Who the heck knows? But my gut's telling me we're going lower. And people ask me, especially on TikTok, because my TikTok, I'm not trying to pump it to you guys, but seriously, if you want like shorter content, throughout the day, and there's a lot of engagement in the comments, I get a lot of good questions on TikTok and a lot of people commenting, Stas, where do you think Bitcoin's going to go, or my thoughts on this, that, the third? And I'm like, listen, typically during these Bitcoin crashes that we've seen, at least, how much has Bitcoin gone down? 85, 90% throughout these crashes that we've seen. And granted, Bitcoin wasn't around before the great financial crisis, so keep that in mind. Who knows if it could actually survive a legitimate crisis that we could be heading into now, so keep that in mind. But let's say if history repeats itself, historically, Bitcoin crashes 90%, 85, 90% from all-time highs. It hit 69,000. 90% of that is right around what? 6, 7, 8,000, give or take a little bit. So if Bitcoin were to get there, that would be where I would personally, start buying. Start buying back my Bitcoin, because, well, I do still have a little bit of Bitcoin, but I sold most of my Bitcoin at 55K well over a year ago, or about, a little bit over a year ago at this point. So I've been waiting. I've been patient. And I even said it a year ago. I'm like, listen, guys, I want to buy more Bitcoin at 10,000. And people were like, you're crazy, Stas. Well, here we are. Patience paid off, and we might be going there sooner than we think. So let's hop back over to ThinkOrSwim and see what's going on here with earnings this week. Again, the markets are closed tomorrow, and I guess that's another reason why I've been covering Bitcoin more the past couple of days, because Bitcoin never stops. Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto never stops, which I guess that's a blessing and a curse. But hey, it gives me material to make content on here on YouTube and again on TikTok. So let's talk about some of these stocks. This week we have FedEx reporting, ticker symbol FDX, which this thing has been slowly reversing lately. If you guys remember, I think it was last week or maybe the week before. It looks like it was last week. We got news that they were upping their dividend by 50% to, I think, $1.30, if I remember correctly. Let me double check if my memory is right here, or am I wrong? Maybe not $1.30. Yeah, it's $1.15 actually, but they upped it a lot. Either way, they upped their dividend a lot, and that ended up boosting confidence in the stock. The stock went from 200, 202 that day to about the next day, it went all the way to 240. Holy crap, that's a big move. We're talking well more than 10%. That's almost a 20% move from bottom here at 198 to the top, which was 240. That's over 20%. Oh my goodness. So they report earnings on the 23rd, and we have a big resistance coming up here, guys, which is right around 240, right where we peaked out last week. So if we take that point out, and mind you, 240 was resistance in the end of March as well. I'm going to set my alert there right now. 240 markets that were above. If we break that point, 260, 65 is the next main resistance that I'm seeing. That's the gap that I believe we could fill. And we have average EPS estimated to be around $6.88, with average revenue at about $24.47 billion, which is up 8.4% year over year. So keep your eyes on FedEx here at $240. We also have Rite Aid, which has just been a disaster. I mean, this stock was what, $30 recently? Yeah, $30 back in just February of 2021. That's not that long ago. I mean, a little bit over a year and a half ago, or roughly a year and a half ago, it was $30. Now the stock is $6 a share. It is just, it's been destroyed. And on Friday, okay, it did go up a little bit on Friday, but still, it's down like 70, 75%, something crazy. So they report on the 23rd, their average EPS is looking to be about negative 70 cents. So keep an eye on that. They're going to lose money on the quarter. Again, they lost about $1.60 last quarter, which is bad. And I have to look deeper into the numbers, but they're getting crushed, guys, here, and their average revenue is looking to be $5.75 billion. So this is clearly downtrending. It's not breaking out quite yet. So in the meantime, I'm just going to put my alert at $7. If it does break that point, we might be making a move towards $8, $8.50. That's the next gap, at least that I'm seeing here on the 4-hour chart. So RAD, watch out for it. Another one that I'm watching here is good old Darden Restaurants, DRI. Let's pull it up. DRI went up 2% on Friday, and just like RAD, this one's been downtrending. Who would have thought, right? And we actually just hit a fresh low just this past week at $110. And from the recent high, Darden Restaurants is down, let's see here, 30%. Okay, 30%. Ooh, that's a big drop, and that's over the past year. So this thing's been coming down for the past year straight. And who knows? It could be opening up as a value play. And actually, I take that back because I haven't looked at the numbers fully yet. But, seeing a stock come down 40%, 50%, you're like, okay, there's maybe something to it here. Well, there's obviously a reason why it's selling off, but is it overblown? We might have to look deeper into it. But overall, Darden Restaurants, the restaurants they own include Olive Garden, what's the other one? Yard House, I think Bahama Breeze, Capitol Grill. They own a lot of restaurants that do very well. I freaking love a lot of these restaurants that they own, guys. And their price to earnings ratio right now, trailing 12 months, is right around a 14, and they pay about a 4% dividend. Market cap's $14 billion, and trailing 12 months EPS is about $8. So this might be worth looking into more. I might have to do more research into it, but if we actually head into a legitimate, a deep recession, Darden Restaurants, it might get hit. Well, it probably will get hit even harder. So their average EPS is looking to be $2.21 on average revenue of 2.25, or rather 2.54 billion, which is up 11.5% year over year. So not too bad. They're growing about 11-12% top line year over year if they do 2.5 roughly billion in revenue. We also have SWBI this week, which, man, those numbers are going to be horrible. SWBI, their average revenue estimate is about $180 billion, or not billion dollars, geez, guys, $1 million, which is down about 40 to 50% from last year. So their comparables are awful. 40-50% down on revenue. EPS is going to be 69 cents, average estimate, with earnings being on the 23rd. Same as Darden, same as RAD, same as FedEx. So a lot of these report on Thursday, and we have two more on Friday that I'm going to be watching. We'll talk about those here in a second, guys. And if you're finding value in this video thus far, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe. It really helps me out in the algorithm, guys, and I appreciate you all. As always, cheers to you, and let's talk more. So SWBI, it's getting destroyed. If this takes out that $13 level, watch out below. I'm not touching this stock with a 10-foot pole. In fact, I used to own it a couple months ago, and I actually ended up booting it out of the portfolio about a couple weeks after buying it. I think I broke even on it roughly, and we're not going to get into that in this video, but I used to own it, sold out of it, and, here it is. It's probably going to start free falling towards $10, $11, $12 here. I would not be surprised if that happens. So on Friday, we have two more companies reporting. We have CCL, which is Carnival Cruise Line. They went up a lot on Friday, up 9.5%, over 9.5%. So their average EPS estimate is looking to be about negative $1.09, with average revenue being about $2.64 billion. And this is another one that if we get into a nasty recession, even just a medium recession, I don't know, CCL, the cruise lines, are as many people going to be going on cruises? Probably not as many, right? We got that initial wave after COVID, and we're probably still seeing that right now. But if we get into a recession, 6, 12, 18 months, who knows how long it's going to last. The bear market, we've already been in one. How much longer do we have left, right? CCL might suffer. So I'd be careful with it, but if it gets to a point where it's just ridiculously low, maybe $5, I might throw some money at it, because where we are now, guys, this is freaking crazy. We're getting very close to the lows from the COVID crash when things completely shut down, for Pete's sake. The stock was $50 before the COVID crash and went to $8. Now we're back to $9. So, if it takes the COVID low out, I might have to, take a swing at CCL, or maybe RCL or one of these cruise lines kind of as a spec play, right? I'd probably go for CCL, maybe even an airline as well. I think the airlines are getting awfully close to those lows. Yeah, AAL is getting awfully close to that $8 low. DAL is probably as well. LUV might not be, but probably decently close. Let's see here. Yeah, it's decently close. It has a little bit more work on the downside to get to that low. Probably 30%. That's a big drop. But if it does fall 30%, it's right at the COVID low. So I'm watching these stocks, guys, very closely. CarMax is another one that's reporting on Friday. This stock went up 1.4 on Friday, this past Friday. But this upcoming Friday is when they're reporting earnings, guys. So they're looking to do about EPS of about $1.58 on average revenue of $9.2 billion. So this, like the other stocks, a lot of the other stocks, is at a fresh low as well on the 4-hour chart. Go figure, guys. So, I mean, you got to be careful. These stocks, they could get hit even more, especially CCL, DRI, even Rite Aid. You know, these could get hit even more. But if we do get to a point where, again, CCL's at $5, I might have to buy some. If I don't know if I want to buy SWI, to be honest, but if that gets under $10, maybe I'd buy some SWBI. If FedEx were to break out above 240, you know, that could be a nice breakout trade in my opinion. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button, subscribe, join my Patreon if you want to keep up with all my buys, sells, call outs, literally everything I'm doing in real time, whether it's trading, long-term investing, options. I'm posting on Patreon. That's linked down below. Or you can go to StockSurfFest.com/Patreon and join, and you'll also get exclusive morning videos on there. Make sure to also get your 10 stocks from Moomoo with a $100 deposit and your 6 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. All of that is linked down below, and all of those links, guys, help out the channel, and I appreciate all of you a lot. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Peace out.